Our faces.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Blurred out the faces, so
Yeah.
protect the guilty.
That's right. We don't want to know.
Protect
Or the ones that haven't signed a release.
That's right. That's right.
I,
Too noisy?
we could turn that off, that'd be great. I met John in August, maybe,
That's right.
in Fort Smith in his office. He owns a pile of apartment units, and I was doing some market research, and I called him up and said, John, do you mind if I come by and ask you about your apartments? And he said, sure, come on by. We talked for 10 or 15 minutes about apartments, and then a couple hours about God.
Yeah.
That was a good,
That was
good
awesome.
meeting, yeah.
It was a great day.
And one of the things that John does is he actually co-founded, I believe, this Jubilee financial ministry that we're all involved in. And I mean, this is the guy who knows how it works. You've been through 7 groups,
I think it's
right?
7. Yeah.
And I'm just so impressed. It's such a wealth of experience and knowledge in this, and he knows how it works, and he knows where we're going. He can see where we're going to end up better than we can, which is a wonderful thing. So I'm not going to say much more other than I have a lot of respect for John, and I want to hear what he has to say this morning.
Thank you, Jeff. And I want to start with everything I say humbly, because I'm not one that has mastered what I'm going to tell you necessarily. You know, every time you can sit and tell people, you know, this is what I know I'm supposed to do. I was telling Jeff last night, I said, you know, God's convicted me about my body this last year. And, you know, I can be a good steward in one area, and then over here, you know, I'm eating like I shouldn't be. So I want to just say that I have no idea where anybody's at. I don't know who's financially, it doesn't matter. So that's the nice thing about being a new kid from out of town. You can say whatever and get on an airplane, go home. If anybody gets mad, get mad at Jeff. But anyway, I do humbly say that because my wife and I, you know, God has blessed me with good income. And there's seasons where I do a great job of living on a budget, and there's seasons when I don't. And fortunately, we always manage to save money. And anyway, Jeff, something you were talking about last night just sparked a new fire in me too about the tithing. And you know, that's Melissa, my wife, Melissa, and I. One thing that we've done, we've been married 15 years. From the time we got married, I just never missed tithing. There was times when I'd be down to $2 or $3 total to my name. And yeah, and God has always honored that. I'm glad that Fred's not here because you guys might think he paid me to say that. And, when this got started, just a little quick history, Jeff may have already given you this, but it was not a church organized thing. Families like yourselves in our church, it just started with love for one another more than anything. It was, you know, gosh, we were just getting started, married with kids, and had Visa debt and Sears appliance debt and car debt, and a couple people still owed for their kids at the hospital, and you know, we were afraid they were going to repossess them, so we all were pretty much in bondage. Tim Beasley, one of our pastors, is actually the guy that has that testimony. He paid off his oldest daughter, Madison. He said that was the happiest day of my life, and I knew they couldn't come get her. And she's beautiful. I'm glad they never did. Anyway, the 7 families got together. It turned out we'd been going to church together for years and thought we knew one another. And it didn't take long to realize we didn't know anything. We had a family, and this breaks my heart, a beautiful family with 4 beautiful children that come in every Sunday morning, and they just look great. I mean, they just look like the all-American family. They come in, and he's very handsome, she's beautiful, beautiful kids, just a picture-perfect family, and love the Lord, and just on and on and on. And we invited them to come talk about this Jubilee ministry. Anyway, so they're in there, and about the same age as we are, and we get to talking and sharing, and they're all, yeah, this would be a great thing, great thing. Of course, nobody's really shared yet where we're at financially. It took several months for us to get off the ground, talking and working through our pride issues. I don't know if you guys have any of that, but we had a tremendous amount of it. And that's one of the enemy's greatest tools is pride, and fear is another one. But anyway, we as we came together, that beautiful family was getting shut-off notices from AOG, their gas company. They were close to getting foreclosed on. And this guy worked 2 jobs. Mom stayed at home, 3 kids, and 2 of them were very small. And but they were a diligent family, working hard. You know, he's a fireman, and then I can't remember his other job, but insurance appraiser, I think is what he was, adjuster is what he was doing. So I would love, their testimony is wonderful, and I think we've got that on video. I may send it to you sometime. So when they first shared that with the group, they showed us their finances, and we're like, you're $600 a month in the hole. And we're like, yeah, we know. And she just broke down crying in the living room, and it was like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? And you know, that kind of financial stress, guess what? Marital stress too. Well, we didn't know that. Nobody knew that. Pastors didn't know it. We didn't know it. We're all just going about our merry way, having a good life. And somebody we love is going in the hole every month. And so I just want to share a couple scriptures about that, because the Bible addresses that. And I know Jeff's told me that your church is really big on Acts 2. And that's funny, because that's where we base really the scriptural precedent for what we're doing here. And it's Acts 2 verse 42. And it says, all the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, and to fellowship, and to sharing in meals, and to prayer. And I know last night you guys shared a meal. You probably pray. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what God said. This is community. This is the church. And a deep sense of awe came over them all, and the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. Everything they had. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, shared their meals with great generosity, all the while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. Why was this attractive to a lost world? Why would this be attractive to a lost world in Coswell Beach or Oak Island? Because we typically don't help anybody. Even in the church, you know, we'll do little stuff, but we're all bogged down in our own problems. We've all got our own stuff. And you know, we're all adults and we're grown people and we're supposed to know better and all that stuff. And so we're just all real busy. You know, Jeff's a sharp guy. He doesn't need my help. We need each other. That's what this is telling us. We need one another. And not only we need one another, that's love, is to help one another. So I think as that was going on in Acts 2, there were people outside the church going, why are they helping each other? What's going on here? She lost her job and you stepped in and helped her. Why? Why would you do that? I lost my job and nobody helped me. Let me tell you about my God. There's your opportunity. Let me tell you about my God. I love her. That's why I do that. Why do you love her? Because Christ first loved me. And that's the only way I can really love. And so it's just a wonderful thing, and it all fits together in God's will. That may be mine. I accidentally stuck it. It'll shut up here in a minute. And anyway,